My beloved child, I have something I need you to hear, and you must hear it with your spirit wide open. Someone close to you, someone you've trusted and possibly even defended, is no longer who they were. Something dark has taken root within them. It grows, twists, feeds, and becomes more dangerous by the day. This isn't just about poor choices or broken behavior. This is about a spiritual infection that has gone unnoticed and unchecked, and it now threatens to spread to every life it touches, including yours. Yes, my beloved child, I'm telling you this because the time to be patient has passed. The time to remain hopeful for change has run its course. Now is the time to protect your peace, guard your soul, and create distance before the fallout reaches you as well. This person carries something that no longer belongs in your sacred space: bitterness, rage, hidden jealousy, or worse, spiritual darkness masquerading as pain but concealing something far more sinister. They have opened the door to something destructive, whether knowingly or unknowingly. And now the door is wide open. My child, I've seen what they've let in, and I warn you with all the urgency of heaven: don't walk blindly beside someone whose heart has turned to shadow. Have you sensed it? Feeling uneasy when you're near them? Confusion following your conversations? The heaviness that clings to you after they leave? These are not random. These are the signals, alarms, that I have been sounding within your spirit. Because what is growing inside of them is not only harmful to them. It is contagious. And it will spread if you don't step away. I know it's difficult. I know you care. But care without boundaries becomes a trap. Love without wisdom becomes a weapon against one's own peace. And now is not the time to risk your sanity to save someone who is drowning by choice. You have tried. You have prayed. You have shown compassion. But now, I need you to trust me more than your emotions. This is not about assigning blame. It's all about protection. I see the entire picture. I know what lies ahead. And I'm not asking you to cut ties with cruelty, I'm asking you to walk away from chaos before it swallows you. So stick with me now. Give me your full attention, because in the moments ahead, I will show you exactly why this person has changed. I will reveal the truth you have been sensing but have been afraid to name. I will reveal the spiritual condition that is festering beneath the surface, as well as the danger it poses, not to scare you or break your heart, but to prepare you, protect you, and preserve the purpose I have placed within you. There's freedom on the other side of this realization. There is peace, healing, and clarity waiting for you. But you must first be open to seeing what I've been trying to show you all along. To truly understand what is going on with this person, the one I am warning you about, I need to take you back to the beginning. This is not the day you met them. It was not even the last time they looked you in the eyes and smiled. No, we must go further back, to a night that no one else recalls. A quiet, seemingly ordinary night carried the weight of a decision no one saw coming. There were no thunderclaps, screams, or shattered glass, only a soul standing at a spiritual crossroads, alone, hurting, and unseen. They carried a pain they never talked about. Disappointment stacked like bricks. They swallowed envy in silence. Wounds left open for too long. They smiled as if everything was fine, but beneath that smile lay confusion and resentment. They had some questions about justice. Reasons why good people suffer. About why some prayers go unanswered. In that silent struggle, they encountered something other than a demon with sharp teeth or a monstrous face. Darkness doesn't have to be loud. It often arrives softly, disguised as understanding. A voice wrapped in comfort whispered to them like a friend, offering what seemed like the truth but was poison in disguise. They do not appreciate you. You were meant for more. Let me show you power. Let me show you how to never get hurt again. And one night, they listened out of curiosity, pain, and desperation. They found the words online. Strange phrases that promised healing, strength, or vengeance, words that were ancient and forgotten but still exist. They didn't think it was real. They lit a candle in the dark and repeated what they had read, just to see and feel something. But the moment they spoke those syllables, something changed. The atmosphere changed. The temperatures dropped. A pressure filled the room, as if a presence were pressing against their chest. They heard a tap on the window, once, twice. No wind. No tree. Just one tap. The flame on the candle did not flicker, instead, it flared, cracked, and burst in a loud pop. They didn't run, though, because that voice was still there. Now it's clearer. Now it's louder. Promising control. Promising they would never be powerless again. Promising that all the people who hurt them would feel it. Over time, their dreams became strange, and then disturbing. Their laughter lost its lightness. Their eyes stopped matching the words. They began speaking in absolutes, reacting in extremes, and pulled away from those they loved the most. And eventually, when they looked at you, it was no longer them. Something had taken residence where only their spirit used to live. This did not occur in a flash. It was a slow unraveling. A transformation with permission. Sin by sin. Choice by quiet choice. And before anyone knew it, what had once visited them began to live with them. And now, my child, you're standing close to someone who is no longer fully themselves, because they invited darkness into their lives. This is why I urge you to take a step back. Not out of judgment, but out of love. Because what is inside them does not simply want them. It wants anyone who is too close, including you. What I'm about to say will shock you, not because it's loud, but because it's true. This person has not been alone since that quiet night when they opened a door they didn't fully understand. They may walk around as if nothing has changed, but something is with them now, a presence, an entity, or a shadow that has attached itself so deeply that it's difficult to tell where they end and where it starts. It doesn't announce itself in obvious ways. Instead, it slowly seeps into everything, poisoning the atmosphere around them and making people uneasy. When they enter a room, the temperature shifts, not physically, but spiritually. Joy turns into discomfort. Peace gives way to restlessness. Even laughter dies without a reason. People become tired in their presence, not just emotionally, but spiritually, as if something is draining energy just from being near. It didn't start big. It never does. At first, it was little things, plants in their room turning brown despite care, electronics malfunctioning in their presence, family gatherings becoming tense without reason. Pets began to act strangely, animals that had once loved them now retreat or growl from across the room. The mirror then began to fog, even when no water was running. The reflection seemed off. Friends who were once close began pulling away without knowing why, as if their soul sensed a threat before the mind could name it. And then it became louder. A close friend of theirs, vibrant, healthy, and full of life, became suddenly ill with no apparent reason. A child started crying uncontrollably the moment this person stepped near. These were not coincidences. These were symptoms. At night, it worsens. They hear voices at the same time every night, whispering from the darkness. And these whispers are more than just a call to the void. They speak names. Names of people they adore. Names of people they resent. Names like your own. Yes, your name has been spoken. Because the thing within them has grown bolder. It no longer wants to remain hidden. It no longer wants to be limited to a single soul. It wants influence. It desires to reach. It wants anyone still willing to stand too close. It is watching you. I am studying you. Waiting for a moment of weakness. Moments of compassion. Moments when you mistake loyalty for rescue. Because this is how it spreads. Through familiar faces. Through empathy. Through love that doesn't realize it's being used. So listen to me now. I see your heart. I see how much you've adored them. How long have you stayed, hoping to see glimpses of the person you used to know? You prayed through tears. They begged me for restoration. They whispered their name during sleepless nights. You thought that if you just loved hard enough, held on long enough, you could pull them back into the light. But, my dear child, I need you to hear me, not emotionally, but with discernment. You cannot save someone who's made peace with their darkness. You cannot heal a soul that refuses to let go of what's destroying it. Yes, you can pray. Yes, you can stand in the spiritual gap. But you must do it from a place of protection. Because if you stay too close, believing that love will protect you, you will be unable to lift them out. They'll drag you inside. This is no longer about weakness or rebellion. This is about infestation, a spiritual takeover that imitates love, warmth, and everything familiar in order to keep you close. It knows what you care about. It knows how to utilize their voice, face, and memories. But don't be fooled. This is a war, for your peace, purpose, and light. You must choose now, protect your spirit or risk everything trying to save someone who does not want to be saved. I will handle the battle, but you must remove your hands from what I am asking you to release. Let go, my child, not out of hatred, but because of obedience. I have more for you, but I can't give it to you while you're still standing in the path I'm trying to clear. Right now, my dear child, it knows you. Not just your name or face, but your heart, habits, and compassion. It has studied how deeply you love, how quickly you forgive, and how many times you have extended grace when no one else would. It knows how many times you've answered midnight calls, how many times your soul has bowed under the weight of someone else's pain. It remembers every tear you shed, every moment you doubted yourself in the name of helping them, and every time you said, I still care, even after they had hurt you. This is not an accident. It's a strategy. It's both spiritual and manipulative. That is why I, the Lord your God, am speaking to you with urgency. You must now protect yourself. Protect your spirit. Sanctify the space around you, not just your home, but also your mind, time, and energy. Because this isn't about helping anyone anymore. This is about surviving what is attempting to drain the light out of you. Stop answering their calls when you're just starting to feel at peace. Stop rushing to fix what they keep breaking on purpose. The fall you keep running to catch is not an accident, it is planned. It is bait. The chaos they create is no longer about pain. It's all about access. It's how this spirit enters your life, through kindness, guilt, and unwavering love. But love without discernment becomes a door the enemy walks through. And until they truly choose to close the portal they opened, to cry out for freedom with a whole and surrendered heart, there is nothing more you can do. Nothing but one thing: remain spiritually protected and stay away. Love them from a distance, but do not step into the fire with them again. Because what's burning now isn't just them, it's everything they touch. So, my child, listen to this last word. This is more than just a warning. It's a divine instruction that could change the course of your destiny. Do not ignore this. Do not dismiss this. Tonight, and for the next 7 nights, I want you to reclaim your spiritual territory. Anoint your home every evening. Walk through each room with holy oil, not in fear but with divine authority. Say my word aloud. Declare Psalm 91 over every doorway, window, and corner. Allow it to echo. Allow it to shake the atmosphere. Your voice matters. Your words have weight. Say aloud, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Don't just whisper it, proclaim it. Because this is not a superstition. This is alignment with heaven's power. Place your hand on your chest and say, I cover my mind, spirit, and soul in the blood of Jesus. Speak boldly. Speak as a warrior, not a victim. Because, as you speak, angels are being assigned, demons are fleeing, and peace is beginning to settle where torment once reigned. Now hear me one last time, and hear me well. If they call, don't pick up. If they cry, do not rush. If they knock, do not open the door. This is not cruelty. This is holy obedience. Because sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step aside and let my judgment intervene where my mercy was refused. I gave them time. I gave them chances. I sent you as light. But when someone continues to spit on grace, I let them face the consequences of their own actions. This is your moment to choose between your calling and their chaos. You cannot carry both. You were never called to be a sacrifice for someone who refuses to give up their own pride. Stand firm, child. Maintain your safety. Move forward with me, knowing this truth: your boundaries are not betrayal, they are divine protection. My beloved child, there is a sacred purpose for your life, a light I have placed within you that must not be dim. You were created to shine through storms, carry truth through darkness, and rise when others fall. And because of that, darkness is watching, desperate to distract, eager to derail, and longing to consume what it cannot control. If the enemy cannot steal your breath, it will pursue your focus. It will use the familiar, old wounds, familiar voices, guilt disguised as loyalty, to divert your attention away from the path I have carved. But hear me clearly, you are not alone in this fight. You've never been. Before you even realized what was coming, I had already assigned angels to stand guard around you. I placed warriors within your unseen circle. I sealed your future with the power of my hand. You are not forsaken. You're not forgotten. You were chosen. You're covered. You have been called. But, my child, with that calling comes responsibility, to obey when I say, step back. Listen when I whisper, stay away. Because what is growing inside of them now, the one you've tried to rescue time and again, is no longer just theirs to carry. It reaches. It seeks. And I will not let it infect the destiny I've planned for you. This is why I'm encouraging you, clean up your space. Sanctify your surroundings. Take your authority seriously. Anoint your home, yes, again and again, until peace returns to every corner. Speak my word over every threshold. Let your declarations speak louder than your doubts. Say it confidently, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. These are not simply words. They are spiritual walls, divine armor, and shields in the unseen war that rages around you. And as you stand in obedience, I need you to trust me completely, not just when the sun shines, but also in the silence, the waiting, and the stretch of uncertainty. My timing, though mysterious, is perfect. I am never late. I am never unprepared. What you see as a delay is my divine setup. What seems like confusion is a reroute to a greater promise. You're being positioned, not punished. And, sooner than you think, you'll understand that every detour, disappointment, and unanswered prayer was me paving the way for something better than you could have imagined. Breakthrough is on its way, child. Peace is approaching. Restoration is already blooming beneath the surface. Joy will return like the morning light. And when it does, you will say with full assurance, that was God. It was always God. Because it's me, not luck, not chance, who is orchestrating the details. I am making everything new for you, as I promised. But to see it, to truly recognize my hand at work, you must choose faith. It is not partial. It is not seasonal. But steadfast faith. Faith that trusts even when logic fails. Faith that believes even when feelings waver. Because only through faith will your eyes be opened, not just on your face, but also in your heart. Only then will you truly see my presence, protection, and purpose shape every aspect of your journey. My beloved child, when you choose to trust me, truly trust me, everything starts to change. Faith is more than just a word, it is a doorway. It is the key that unlocks every miracle I've planned for your life. When you walk in faith, you give me full permission to move in ways that defy human reasoning. You allow me to refine you, shape your heart, strengthen your inner being, and reveal mysteries beyond your current understanding. Through faith, I can strengthen your character and impart my wisdom to your spirit. I can connect you with divine appointments, bring blessings into your life, and turn your trials into victories. But when you resist faith, when fear becomes louder than belief, you quietly close the door to everything I'm willing to give. Faith invites my presence into your situation. It tells heaven that you're ready for what I've prepared. It allows you to walk in step with my will, even when you don't understand the full plan. You long for peace. The healing you've cried out for. The strength to persevere. The restoration of what was lost. All of this is on the other side of your trust in me. Without faith, you will find yourself questioning, striving, and struggling to see my hand at work. But with faith, your eyes will open. Your spirit will rise. You will see my power, not from a distance, but up close. You'll notice that I was never absent. That I was guiding, protecting, and preparing something far greater than what you were asking for. So hold on to me, especially when the road becomes dark. Believe even if your heart aches. Keep believing even when the path ahead looks unclear. Because I am the pathway. I am the light in your darkness. I'm the answer to your prayer. I'm working behind the scenes, arranging every detail and transforming every sorrow into glory. Don't let doubt destroy your destiny. Walk in faith and see what I'll do. My power is real. My timing is perfect. And my love for you is eternal. Just believe, and keep moving forward. You're not walking alone. Amen.